Movement Podcast on IntellectualRadio.com.
Y'all heard it. You heard it. You heard it. You heard it.
I put it down. Just got dressed.
Hey,
Need something
everybody.
to get into. Pretty girl all day.
I got my co-host, the money behind it, Toya Capri. What's up, T?
What up?
You good?
What's up, CB?
Lady Z, you
Saucy man.
got that hair done. I'm glad.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
smelling like fried chicken.
Yeah.
How cute.
Yeah, that Crisco oil. That's how we do it. But
Fried, dyed, and laid to the side.
There
That's
we
what
go.
it is.
And we got a great show for you tonight. I went home because this young lady's off Cicero from where I grew up at, and man, I'm just excited to have you. It's a beautiful thing. We call her Ronnie Smith, Sharon Conaway,
Yes.
and that's the name. And we're gonna get back to her in a few minutes, but we got a lot going on. We got election time coming up, and good luck to all of the people that's running. But I want Maywood to vote for my nephew. He's running for the Park District, Tavion Johnson. So y'all got to get in there with him on that. And we got early voting, so you can go to the places that have early voting out here. Bellwood Police Department is one of the places that they have. But good luck to all of you candidates. Hope you win, and nobody be a loser. So at the end of the day. But to our sponsors and our followers, you're special to us because some people call and say, hey, man, I like the show. And, hey, I would like to get on. They're following us. We're getting more and more. And it's very special to us. We really, really appreciate you. And the People's Party of Broadview, God bless you. They sponsored us. And, you know, we got to give them a shout out. They got that early voting. And last week, they did the appreciation. They had lunch at Uncle Remus from 2 to 4. So God bless everybody. This is going to be the last day that we can announce before the election, which is April 1st.
Ooh.
So let's do it. It's April Fool's Day, too. Somebody go get tricked. So, yeah, remember Steve Harvey gave the rogue a winner?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
one time.
yeah. That was terrible.
You have to be careful out here with these politics. So we got the early voting. Then we got our sponsors, Kelly Tax Services. Very intelligent, very bright. She got a thing together and she's doing taxes. And I think it's to April 15th. Then it's late after that, but give her a call at 708-408-4760. 708-408-4760. She can help you with your taxes because she specializes in just about anything. Then we got our man, Johnny Vaughn. Johnny Vaughn got the transportation service. He'll take you on a grocery run, sporting events, entertainment events, casino runs. He'll take you to church. He'll do everything for you. That's where you need to go, Lady Z. You need to go to church.
I be going to church.
Yeah, that one at home and in the front room. And when they
Ain't
ask,
nothing wrong with
and
that.
when they ask
As
for
long as you
your,
worshiping.
when they ask for your tithes and offering, you reach in your purse and then put it in your pocket.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
I ain't got to lock the door.
Okay,
Oh, Lord.
but
We're going to get to that.
yeah. And listen, I went to Stacy's today and had the meatloaf.
God.
Oh my God, it was great. It was
We're going to have
good.
to go to Stacy's.
Yeah, we're
Trying
gonna have
be
to
your
go to
little regular
Stacy's.
thing.
Right.
But yeah, Violet Shy, they changed the Village dispensary and they got a lot of things going on. They're flying in a lot of different ball players to showcase what they're doing on the north side as well as in Broadview. And then we got the Blue Note. Blue Note is under new management with Lakeisha. And they're doing some good things. Matter of fact, what's his name? The group, the brother that just passed away. They sing the blues and the jazz. Roy Ayers.
Mm-hmm.
So Roy Ayers is coming to the Blue. Well, his group is coming to the Blue Note to put on a couple of shows. So that's going to be very nice. Matter of fact, I got lucky and they asked me to moderate.
I was
the
gonna
show.
say, I said, I know you're gonna be there.
Yeah,
Right.
well, I gotta be there because these are the people that support me.
Mhm.
These are the people that put the check in my pocket, in our pocket, whatever, how we can do it. So, and then we got the View every Monday, movie and then comedy. Tuesday, taco night. Wednesday, sometimes they have a live band. Like tonight, they're gonna have what they call that happy hour. So Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays they had a regular dinner, but Friday they do this what they call a dating night. So the people come in have dates. And
What day is that?
Fridays.
Oh, okay.
Why you thinking about?
No, I don't need a date.
Oh, okay. I'm just
It's
trying
been
to
a lot
figure it
going
out.
on at the Blue Note.
I'm
So
no, this is at the
make
View.
sure
This
when you're
at the
coming
View.
to date, you ain't got nobody else.
Yeah. So we want to thank all our sponsors and everybody that support us, all our viewers and all of that. But we got some things we want to talk about. Toya, tell me what's happening with Marvin Sapp locking the door and asking for $20 a piece. He told the ushers, lock the door.
Lock the door. So, so I've been going to Baptist church for a long time, and we know that usually when offering is happening, the doors are closed,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
that's out of safety. That's out of just a protocol that's always been in place. But I don't know. It felt a little different to me.
Well, I mean, I think the way he went about it was a little different because he said, no, don't wait to go to where.
Right.
Close the door.
door.
He was like, and I'm like, so this is a separate offering from the normal offering.
Yeah.
But he said, close the door. They walking out. Like, this is what I'm thinking. They close the door. They walking out. We can't let them get away. I need 1,000 people on TV and 1,000 people in the church
To get $20.
$20 a piece, and then we'll have 40,000.
Yeah. That
What
just
you
seemed
think?
off
What
to
you
me.
think, Lady Z?
Well, I didn't know the backstory. You're saying that this is the second offering.
I would assume it's the second offering
He
because
referred
it was
to
basically
yeah.
after church.
Yeah, well, I feel like people shouldn't take things. I mean, stuff that people say so personal.
Yeah.
Pastors they talk stuff just how we talk stuff out here.
Yeah.
And he may not have. I mean, literally, he may have meant it, but at the same time, he can't force nobody to give something that they don't have at the end of the
Exactly.
day. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't intimidated me at all. Man, if you don't let me buy, I brought $10 today. That's it. That's all. That's what you gonna get past the staff. So that's what would have happened if it was me.
And that's it. And then last week we had Christina Hamilton in here. She was a joy to hear because she was very knowledgeable about the real estate game, and she's doing it in the metropolitan area with Indiana and Chicago. And one day we'll have her back. And then we have, what are some of the hot topics we had? I asked the question. Let's clear this stuff up. What can be done about the younger people interested in stepping? How can we get them going? And I seen you on there with your and you was getting it in. What you think that might be?
I don't know. I grew up watching you guys step, at the Horsemen's. And I just thought that it was, so sexy. The music was good. So that's how I kind of got pulled into it. These kids nowadays, the music is a little different.
Yeah.
So I really don't know.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the DJs, and he said, "Well, they need." Well, he's teach stepping classes. He say they need to change the music. They
Yeah.
need to play update music. Some of the music that they playing now, the kids that want to really step in, that want to try to step, they wasn't even born.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta flip that switch.
Well, that's what you call a dusty at the end of the day.
Dusty,
Yeah. Because
1938.
no.
I had to.
I'm saying now for them,
I-
it would be considered a dusty at the
Yeah,
end of the day. 'Cause
okay.
we listen to music
But-
that we either I wasn't born or I was a baby when it was out. So, and I still enjoy the
Your
music.
mama made you clean the house off that music.
Right, exactly. So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's time to get back to the basics. It's up to us to be able to bring the younger generation
But
in
we
and have them appreciate just good music. I got a 14-year-old. Her playlist is pretty much old school music. That's just from hearing it from me, or hearing it from her grandmother, per se. But at the end of the day, it's up to us.
yeah. But I mean, we got beautiful music. Don't get me wrong. But to attract somebody in, you got to change the
You
beat.
can mix it up. You ain't got to change it completely, because
Yeah.
then you don't want to take away from its originality at the end of the day.
Right.
But you could add some new stuff to it.
But you got to be smooth with it.
Yeah.
You got to be very smood with it. But anyway,
Oh,
so
yeah,
the
pull
second,
some kids yourself, Chris.
yeah,
Bring them on into the Blue Note.
why it just got to be the blue note? It could be. They could be.
That's the people that put money in our pocket.
the low note.
I like that.
Yeah, that's how you do that. So, and then I asked another question last week. Let's clear this stuff up. What do y'all think? And this goes. The young ladies going to the mall with their bed clothes on.
Oh,
One little girl, I almost asked her, sweetheart, do you work for the mall for a mattress tester or something? Because she had her head wrapped up, her pajamas on, her house shoes. And I said, no, she might beat me up or somebody. But what do y'all think about that? How does that affect us as a culture, as women?
I hate it. I never
hate
liked it. I always feel like you should be presentable when you step outside. My daughters get on me all the time. Girl, you wearing that to the gas station? Yes. I don't know who I'm gonna bump into when I get to the gas station. So I've always prepared myself when going outside. But these kids, they go to school like that too. I've dropped my daughter off and I see pajama pants, Croc shoes. Like, there's no specific attire nowadays. It has also affected the retail industry, because people don't want to dress up no more.
Right.
So that was one of the issues that I ran into with the boutique. People not spending no money on clothes because
Right.
they don't have to. They coming outside with their gym shoes on, and women ain't dressing up no more, and it's sad.
Yeah, tough. What you think?
I'm in agreement. I think it's just a certain baseline you should have when you're leaving the house, and that's just old school.
Yeah.
I order myself after what I saw as an example of my mother. My mother did not go outside with rollers in her hair, a bonnet on, house shoes, none of that. So I don't do that either. And I actually when I
we
see
know you
it,
be clean, man.
No, I
we
don't.
see you
Listen.
clean. You be
Listen.
clean. I seen you.
listen,
I
Chris.
seen you.
But I think that you should have a standard for yourself when you leave the house, and that shouldn't be negotiable. And especially you going into an airport, you represent yourself, and we are under enough scrutiny as Black women. We don't want to add to that, and that's part of it, because people gonna judge you before you even open your mouth.
There you go.
Let me tell you, I had a situation where I went to the mall, and this was the very first time I ever did that. Like I said, I always try to prepare myself when I go out, but this time I was rushing, going out. I run into an ex-friend. Hey, Z, what's going on? I'm like, really, an ex-boyfriend's
Yeah,
friend.
okay, say
Hey, Z, what's going on? I'm trying to like really hurry up and finish the conversation because he all in my face, all in my mouth, and I ain't got myself together. Sure enough, I said days later, a week later, I get a call from the ex like, hey, such and such saw you, said, man, they ain't looking good.
You was out of
Like,
order.
because we joke like that, but
Yeah.
I knew I was looking really bad. So I'm like, the whole time he thinking I'm a crackhead now because I'm outside.
What did
was
I call
rushing.
you when you walked in?
Exactly. Say this the last time. That might be a sign.
Roddy, what you think?
I come up like these young ladies here. I come up in the era. You get up in the morning, you comb your hair, you brush
Yeah.
your teeth, you put some clothes on. If you got to go to the laundromat, you're going to be fully dressed. The young ladies nowadays, they have no morals, no values, nothing for themselves. And the one thing that I hate the most is them bonnets. Oh my God. I hate them bonnets.
There
And
you
I'm
go.
like, get a brush. They got 50 million types of gel. Brush it off.
They
Do
sure
something.
do.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. They don't have, what we had instilled in us. You get up because you never know who you might run into.
Right.
Especially for me now, that's
Yeah.
all they want is to say, "Oh, I saw
Something
her."
negative.
And
Yeah.
the mothers
Something
are
is
supposed to
going wrong.
stop them at the
Yeah.
door. Girl, where
Yeah.
you going
Oh,
with
Well,
that?
yeah.
see, that was one of the problems when I was a police counselor at East, and you see the daughter come in dressed. Daughter get in a little trouble. Now the parents got to come up, and she worse than her daughter.
Yeah.
And it's like, so some of those trends is just like it's not working for us. And for this to be National Women's
Yeah.
Month, it's kind of funny how other people will judge you. You got, what's that senator's name or congresswoman's name that be dogging Trump out? I can't think of it. Crockett.
Love her.
Crockett.
Love her.
And every time you see her, she's sharp.
Yes,
She's not
absolutely.
playing it. She's like, if I'm gonna go at him, I'm gonna go at him my
Yeah.
way, but I'm gonna be clean while I do it.
Yes,
and she
absolutely.
be getting in it.
Yes.
But because this is National Women's Month, and we want to close out our month
I love
with
that.
you.
I saw that.
uh,
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
You're welcome.
It is so special to me because I was born March the 1st. So I
Aw.
started it off, and then I saw your thing and I was like, oh, that is so amazing.
That's
So
what's
thank
up.
you guys so much. I really, really appreciate that. I do.
Okay, Ronnie. Now listen, tell us a little bit about yourself. See, I grew up with our aunties.
My sisters, those are my
Nuki,
sister, Nuki,
Okay.
Debbie Kelly.
Debbie Kelly, all of them.
Yeah.
We grew up. I was on Congress in Kilpatrick. They was on Harrison.
Yeah,
Okay.
And it was right around
right around the
street
corner.
from.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about you, and then we're gonna get into the organization.
So I am Ronnie. Most people know me as
Okay.
Ronnie. They grew up with me, like Chris, or now Sharon or Miss Conaway. Grew up on the west side. I love my community, no matter what. I love my community. And I got a lot going on in the community now. One thing a lot of people say to me is, why do you stay? Because they took care of me. They made sure that I didn't get in trouble. I didn't go to jail. I didn't do drugs, prostitution, none of that. The guys took care of the girls in the community, especially those that they saw was going to be successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I have to give back. I see a lot of girls with the potential, unfortunately, the drugs and everything came in and kind of fested our community.
Yeah.
But I do still see the good in my community.
That's good.
I love my community.
Sister Rose.
So yeah,
Yeah,
most
'cause
definitely.
a lot of us be trying to get up out of there.
Yeah.
So,
And you know what? And I get that too. I worked in finance for 20 years. So I got a few brown pennies. I can live wherever I choose to. But why would I leave my community? Especially now, because now so many of them are coming in, buying up and fixing it up.
gentrification.
I'm gonna be there with you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I may be the only one there, but I most definitely will be there because I am embedded there.
Yeah.
I got all my education there, whether it was, in the books, in the streets, whatever.
Mhm.
I got it there. So I am embedded there.
I love my neighborhood too, because when I go, I'm one of many that has been through a whole lot in that neighborhood. Cicero, when I was 15 years old, I was going to the birdcage.
I heard
And
of
we
it.
used to hang out, and it was next to the Jordan funeral home.
Yeah.
And then Jordan then brought that property, so they expanded their funeral home. But we were in the street, and that's just how the lifestyle that we lived, and it's very important that people understand that I'm not ashamed of one thing or one person that I knew.
Absolutely.
My mother used to work at the drugstore on the corner, Rexall drugstore on the corner of Congress and Kilpatrick, and everybody knew her.
Yep.
Everybody knew her. So I love the way they protected her,
Yeah.
because she could have got robbed or whatever the case
yes.
might be. But they would come in, Puncho, Moore, and all of them guys used to come in, check on it. Hanif, and he's out of jail now,
Yes.
and all of that good stuff. But I love my neighborhood, and and you were telling me as we were talking about your organization. Tell us about the organization and how you guys got started.
So how we got started was my business partner, he was like, hey, I got some things that's going on in life and I need to get out here and advocate for us. And I said, okay, well, let me know what we want to do. He said, well, it's a variety of stuff that we need. So we kind of, just got a pen and started
Now,
writing
who
down.
is that?
And that's Marnell Brown.
Marnell
which is
Brown,
Otto.
aka Otto. Yeah.
So we just start writing down, the things that is needed in the community. We need to help our kids be able to go off to college. We need to help our young men be able to get a suit to go to prom. We need to help people recover in recovery. We need we need to know more about HIV and AIDS. We talk about it, we don't know about it. My father had HIV, and when he got it, we didn't know nothing about it, but now I've educated myself so that I know. So it's a variety of things that we offer. I got a resource center now, I do I send kids to school fully loaded backpacks, because I want these kids to get the things that I got, you know. We do a lot in the summertime. We do this thing called Stepping Towards Nonviolence, which is really big and it's growing. The city is helping me. The city of Chicago Park District, LaShawn Ford, Danny Davis. It's a number of them because now that what they're saying is, hey, we see what you're doing. How can we grow it? How can we make it as big as Riot Fest? And to me, I was like, well, I was just trying to come out to the park and, have a good time. But now it's like a picnic. It's like, the old picnics we used to have.
Oh yeah, they still have them.
And-
Squeaky and
Yeah. So that's a
Emma
big
Branch.
one that we do too.
Yeah, Clark Park. That's,
Yeah.
Now, are they always around about the same time of the year?
So we do it every summer on every other Sunday. We used to do it every week, but it got to be a little bit overwhelming for me because I started, doing some other things. But we do it every other Sunday, and our kickoff is always right around Memorial Weekend, right when the kids are getting ready to get out of school. So we have we bring everything in. I've had the game bus. I have bouncy houses. I have DJs. We have food. Anybody that is out there, we make sure we feed the homeless.
Okay.
We just have so much fun, and it's really big. And I'm so excited about it this year. It's gonna be even bigger.
So tell us about how did you come up with the name Walking in My Shoes?
So to walk in my shoes, the name is so personal, right? And since we're talking about women, I'm gonna use that. So we both can wear size 7.5 a shoe. It's not gonna be the same, right? It could be the exact same shoe, but when you put it on and take it off and I put it on, it's not gonna be the same.
Right.
People tend to judge us, right? But have no idea how to walk in our shoes. So that's really, that's the whole concept behind it. People look at us and judge us without knowing us. You ever put on my shoes, you don't know what my life is like. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I'm going through right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we, actually got that name. And it's a powerful message, with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very powerful message because if you came up in that area, 95% of the people were associated with drugs some kind of way. Either you saw it, you used it, you sold it, or your friends was on it. And I had two friends named Barry Morris and Fred McGee that I used to hang out with and rest their souls in peace. They both died from an overdose. But what they would not do is let me get involved. They wouldn't, you're not finna do this. So I'm blessed on that half, but I know for sure that, anywhere you are, if you really want to come out of it, you can come
Absolutely.
out of it. I got a lot of people used to tease me. I got a master's degree. I'm from the west side of Chicago. Where you coming from? I was the most unlikely to succeed in my high school. It was in the yearbook, and that's how they thought of us.
Mm-hmm.
But I was determined.
Mm-hmm.
No, we gonna beat this crowd.
Yeah.
And for the ones that had to get redo themselves and react themselves,
Yeah.
I'm proud of them too,
Yeah.
because they went through the system.
Yeah.
And they dealt with the system. So, but walking in my shoes, now you go from walking in my shoes, now you have a resource center.
Yes.
Tell us what does the resource center
So
offer?
the resource center got a few things that's coming actually up as well. So the resource centers is anyone, and it's no charge to anyone. If you want to come in there to learn how to use the computers, do a resume, apply for a job, apply for college, you may come in and say, hey, Miss Sharon, I need to try to find me somewhere to stay. It's open. And if we don't have it in there, we have leakage agreements with everybody just about on the west side that has these agencies that we can send them to, no charge, because it's important that we get this information out there. So right there on that corner on Madison and Cicero, everybody know what Eyeglass Place has been there forever, right? We own that now. That's, and no African American on the west side of Chicago has bought a city block. We did that. So that's very important too.
Yeah, I see the addresses from 3 to 17.
Right. So that's just where all of the resources are there. But then we own the Madison side as well that we rent out. So it's a city block. It's a half a block on Madison and it's a half a block on Cicero.
Now, are you federally and privately funded?
So we're just now starting to get some state funds, but we did everything out of pocket.
Wow.
When we started, we did everything out of pocket, with the exception when COVID hit, we had 2 labs that was willing to help us to get people tested. Because remember, if you didn't have a car, you couldn't get tested. We opened up a facility and we never got in trouble. You know how everybody got in trouble because they was doing stuff the way that it wasn't supposed to have been done. So we had 2 labs that we worked with. And then we worked with Camille Lilly and Loretta Hospital. And Loretta Hospital got in trouble, but we did everything that we were supposed to do. Right. Because again, we were in the trenches with our people because we always wondering what's gonna happen to us.
It was scary.
It was very scary. We were sitting there like, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Right next door is the transgender place because we went to them as well. They came out for a few months, and that's when the riot and everything happened. And believe it or not,
you talking about Floyd?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you remember how they tore up Madison and all of that? But the community surrounded us and was like, hey, y'all could tell whatever y'all want to, but you're not going to destroy this here. And that was amazing. You know what I'm saying? They tore up the phone company, Metro PC and the other little place over there, the gas station, but they protected us. Because I mean, why would we tell what we have? That's all we have.
Yeah,
it's the only resources.
That was
the community.
Only resources, and we was able to, test everybody. And so getting back to, so that's how we got some funding in because the state was paying for people to get the testing. So that's how we originally. But when we originally started, we was just opening up a resource center, to give resources. But then COVID hit, so we shift gears. And so we was able to, get some funding in for that. And so we just kind of build off of that. We use a lot of our own money. Again, I said I work for in finances. So we exhausted like all of our 401k, our bank. We did. But again, if I don't take care of my community, who will?
Okay. That makes sense. Have you did any collaborations with Habilitative Systems Incorporated?
Mm-hmm.
Donald Dew is my frat brother, and I used to work there.
Okay.
And I lived right across the street. So,
well, maybe you can help us.
Let's see what we can do. Yeah.
I did just get with our president, It's some things in the work that's supposed to come down the pipeline with some major agencies. So keep in mind we're a small grassroots. So now we're starting to get the recognition with the bigger agencies. So they like now, hey, we want to work with you. We see what you're doing. We want to work with you. I think it's a cover up, but hey, if it's gonna help my community, let's do it. You know. So we're in the works to collaborate with UCAN. UCAN is a big
Familiar
agency.
with
Yeah.
UCAN.
So we just got, with them. I work with the state now. The state is saying, hey, I see the work that you're doing. We want to give you some funding. I work with CRCC, Dora, and I work with them. I work with Ashanti House, which is Regina Lewis, off Cicero as well.
Yeah.
So we are starting to, work with some bigger agencies than us. Um, the Chicago Park District, love them, love them, because they say, hey, if you want to have these events, we're gonna back you and we're not gonna charge you. I'm working with the Chicago Food Depository now. They gave us food and stuff for the kids during the summer
Yeah.
months. So we're starting to get some funding in, but I'm trying to build my bank account back up
Yeah.
now. But it's worth it. Again, if I don't take care of my community, who will?
Who will? Yeah. And I got Lucky and Benny Lee and Squeaky.
Love Benny Lee.
Squeaky and all of them. They I helped them get a little bit of money from Habilitated Systems Incorporated. But what you need to do is go over there and sit down and talk to Donald Duke, because they have funds and resources
Okay.
that they get from a national
Okay.
government level, and the two old folks homes.
Okay.
He built those.
Okay.
The one across the street from Clark Park,
Yeah.
and the other one a little further west.
Okay.
So he's a resourceful person, and I'm guarantee you, if when you get with him, if you don't get nothing else, he gonna teach you something.
And that's half my battle.
Yeah.
That's
so
half the battle.
he's gonna teach you something. You just gotta
Yeah.
hang in there, and if you're willing to learn, he's one of the best
Yeah.
men that you can learn
Yeah.
from. He's a good guy. And listen, this is personal to me, because of what you guys are trying to do is bring a different attitude to the community. For a long time, we didn't have all of those resources.
I know.
And we wasn't bad,
Right.
but we didn't
Right.
we didn't have all the resources that you need. And some of our brothers and sisters that's out here, they just need a little pat on the back. A little, hey, man, keep going. Come on, little sister, keep going. And I know Pat Drummond, I know all of them, and how they live their lives and what they're doing for the community. Because Clark Park, every August,
Yes.
we had that big picnic, and everybody show up, and
It's
man, it just be
so
it'd be a
much fun.
party, and
Yeah.
they set it out. Them boys have. You wouldn't even. Some of them make their own grills,
Yeah.
and it's
Yep.
big
The drums.
grills, and
Yep.
Squeaky and
Yeah.
all of them have them they be cooking up some stuff. One, she said, "Come here, boy, come here." I said, "What is it, Squeaky?" She said, "Take this lamb chop. Take this lamb chop." She done fixed
Yeah.
me lamb
I know
chops.
you
And,
on it.
oh,
Yeah.
you know I'm dead on it. And them lamb chops was good too, but
Yeah.
them brothers over
They
there.
had-
fresh off
So,
the
Oh
grill.
my God.
you
they
never
have some of
know-
the best food.
You
They
never
do.
know what talent you have before you until you see them operate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you see them operate on a different level, man, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I got my man, CB, he's CB number one. I'm CB number two, Charles Brady.
Yeah.
He keep me wired to CB. This is how I get down. This is what I believe in based on where he's come from. And he's just my boy. He checked me.
I'm gonna be nice to him. You know he blocked me.
Yeah, that's I know. He ain't
Uh-oh.
he ain't gonna block you.
Uh-oh.
He gonna open the door for you
Uh-oh.
again. But no, that was just and that's what it's all about. People think differently.
Yeah.
You got to really know a person. You know what I'm saying? I know Charlie. I didn't seen
Right.
him
Yeah.
the moves he making. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
You know, And you know, I don't have nothing negative to say about nobody I grew up with, no
Yeah.
matter what they got into,
Right.
because that's life.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, religion is something that you choose.
Yep.
Life and the decisions that you make is something you choose.
Yep.
So we made choices, and some of it worked and some of it didn't.
Yep.
So,
That's true.
but you guys are providing the community with another choice.
Yeah.
And that's
Absolutely.
what's make it so good. So this is what I would ask you to do. Leave us with something that you want the young kids to know, and what other alternatives that they have. Tell us what they could do.
So the one thing, because you brought up Squeaky and Benny Lee, one thing I do want to say about my team before I answer those. My team, I have an awesome team. You know, I have people that volunteer. I have people that started with us when we really didn't have anything, and you know, rolled with us and still rocking with us now. My team, I can't say this enough. I'm so thankful for them. You know, because they could go and do whatever, but they stay with me, and it. I don't think that I would be this far ahead if it was not for my team. So I most definitely got a shout out to them. And that's everybody that from day one to right now today. I'm thankful for them. What I would give to not just the children, but anybody, live in your purpose. Live in your purpose. And when you get stuck, and I don't mean this as a disrespect to anybody, religion or anything, go to God. I go to God so much. I know he like, here she come again, but I have to. I ask God to keep me humble, most definitely, because I'm human. I can get caught up and, like, hey, listen, I can go home. I ain't got to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? So I ask God consistently, keep me humble. What was your next? What was the other question? I want to make sure I cover everything.
No, that just
Okay.
give. I mean, you said keep us humble.
Oh yeah.
But tell them how they can get in contact with you.
Okay.
And all of that, because we want them to know that they have other resources.
Okay. So I am located at 3 North Cicero, Chicago, Illinois, 60644. My telephone number is 31. Please don't y'all blow me up. 312.
That's what you want them to do.
I do. But you'll be surprised. 312-315-2109. My daughter, I had a young man that we was working with, and I miss him so much. He was working on all of my marketing stuff, and he got caught up in in life, and he got killed. So I'm trying to get my daughters to help me, to recreate a lot of stuff, but they can call me at any time. I get phone calls in the middle of the night. Hey, Sharon, I just need to talk.
So is that your personal number? That's our office.
No,
Lord.
that is my personal.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because right now I kind of work from home, because we're redoing our property up there. We're getting ready for the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing some work in there because I want it to be just like any other agencies that they go into. They had a top of the line. We have money now to do that. So I'm thankful for that. And that's why I say, live in your purpose and stay humble. God gonna walk you through everything. If he bring you to it, he's most definitely gonna bring you through it.
Well, God bless you. We really, really, really appreciate you coming on and closing out our Women's
Thank you.
Month. And that's a beautiful thing. But like always, what we say at the end of our show is that we want people to treat people the way they want to be treated.
Absolutely.
But never give up.
Never.
Never, never, never give up. Earl, thank you. That's our engineer right there. He takes care of us. He makes sure that we do good. He tell us to stop chewing gum. Get that stuff out your mouth. So we appreciate him, and thank you for closing out our
Thank you
Women's
for the
Month.
invite. I appreciate it.
I got you. You already know. Cicero for life.
Yeah.
Just got dressed, need something to get into. Pretty girl on deck, she just wanna have fun too. She know how to roll one. If I need her to come through. Turn up with best friends. All till we follow, she want to.